If I gave you the job of providing packed lunches to children and there was a £30 budget for each child, what would you do? Now, you, because you're a nice person, you'd go out and get the most food you possibly could for 30 quid, right? Looking at this picture are some manky old bananas, a tin of beans, a loaf of bread, some slices of cheese, 2 apples, 2 carrots, 2 potatoes, what appears to be a tomato, and a couple of packets of Fruit Loaf. I'm fairly confident that nobody involved in that particular decision-making process, whichever company it may turn out to have been, was maximising the amount of food they could get for the child. Now, if you took the mother in all of these stories and gave them vouchers, the vouchers as opposed to the cash, because if you were to give them cash, then all of the people that think the world's ills can be laid at the feet of Meghan Markle and Greta Thunberg and immigrants and Brussels and Muslims and, oh, it's Black Lives Matter this week, isn't it? And you know, you can't give these people cash because that would involve treating them with dignity like human beings. Same sort of people who love the police until they're actually being policed themselves. You know the type. So we can't give the mum the 30 quid because she'd spend it all on fags and booze, you see. That's the rhetoric of patriotism. But we'll give them vouchers. And some people then will complain, oh no, they'll spend the vouchers in crack dens and brothels. Ben Bradley, MP for Mansfield. You know, even after all this time, there's occasionally one just pops his head above the parapet and you think, how the hell has British politics come so low? So anyway, the reason why they don't have vouchers is because of the kind of rhetoric that saw people claiming, parliamentarians claiming, that vouchers would be swapped for services in brothels or for products in crack dens. But then they get rid of the vouchers and they give companies, which just mysteriously happen to have been very close to Conservative governments, the contracts to provide the food, and the food, when it arrives, does not look to me as if it's ever come close to £30. So not only are they making a profit out of poverty, they're also making a profit out of the pandemic. And it doesn't seem to me to be an application to join the Karl Marx fan club to suggest that in some contexts making a profit probably shouldn't be prioritised or even perhaps permissible. And if the last hour of this programme was a sort of slightly confected conversation about something that we probably shouldn't care about, but kind of can bring ourselves to care about in order to have some enjoyable time together between 10 and 11 on a Tuesday morning, this story is as important as it gets. And you might be wondering why I used the word patriotism a moment ago. I'll tell you why. Because to go back to the Brexit conversation, and the abuse heaped upon people who are now being proved completely and incontrovertibly right about everything, from Donald Trump right through to fishermen. We were accused of being unpatriotic by people who will stand by and watch British children be served up with this absolute debacle of a dinner.